Hi, I'm Un Svanström, a UX and product designer. Today we are giving Instagram a makeover for no reason. No reason whatsoever, just because I feel like it. So let's get to it. Neumorphism, what does that even mean? Well, let's look at these Instagram icons. The old Instagram icon is in the skeuomorphism style, where you tried to make a digital copy of something that's real and you tried to make it look as realistic as possible. That's skeuomorphism. On the other hand, we have Instagram's new icon, which is flat. There's no connection to looking like a camera in real life. It's just completely stylized, and there are no shadows to resemble depth. It's just completely flat plane. Now, what is this neumorphism thing? Well, neumorphism is this kind of in-betweeny thing. Neumorphism is, as you might hear on the name, a new interpretation of skeuomorphism. So it's a little bit in between skeuomorphism and completely flat style. So it takes a little bit of both. In my mind, neumorphism is a really fun mix of old and new. It has the best aspects of digital design, but mixed in with elements of skeuomorphism. So there are shadows and depths, but it's not about making it look super realistic. So that's just my own interpretation of neumorphism. There are a bunch of great articles like this one where you can read more about this style. Whenever I do something new, I always want to have a good mental model of how the thing actually works. So when I read on Wikipedia, it says, a mental model is an explanation of someone's thought process about how something works in the real world. Mental models can help shape behavior and set an approach to solving problems and doing tasks. And when you go to Norman Nielsen Group, says that mental models are one of the most important concepts in human-computer interaction. When I'm designing something, I need a good mental model to help me solve the problem in a consistent way. So now, what is my mental model for neumorphism? Well, so here's another calculator. It has big bulky buttons, and the way I see neumorphism, so imagine this saran wrap was a milky plastic film, so not see-through, and it was tightly wrapped around these buttons, like so. And when I push this button, the wrap goes down, and when it comes up, it goes up. There are physical buttons underneath a thin veil of rubbery plastic, if that makes any sense. It doesn't have to make sense to you. It's my mental model. If it makes sense to me and it helps me think about shading and how the light bounces off, so the light should come from up here and cast shadows that way, that's all we need. So let me show you the basic recipe of neumorphism. So let's make an artboard. So the secret about neumorphism is to, if you want to make a white interface, don't use white as your main white. We want this button to stand out a little bit from the background. So it has shading on the sides. So that means we want some shadows. We want drop shadows, okay? And we will click on this little icon right there. Okay, so but this shadow should not be black. I'm gonna make it a very similar color to the background, but at 50%. So it's another beigey white, and I will we'll give it 16 blur. And then we'll add another drop shadow, but this one should be a white drop shadow, and it should be -6 and -6. So it's white on this side. Wait, let me make this the same color as the background so you can see what I'm actually doing. See? It's very subtle, but there is a white shadow, or like light hitting the top of the button and shadows falling on the bottom side of the button. Could give this a little bit of a stroke as well, but just like maybe 0.2, and maybe it should not be that bright. So that's our basic skeuomorphism recipe. Light comes from the top, shadows fall at the bottom, and it goes sideways like that. Let me go and find my favorite icon pack called Teeny Icons. Let's make it a weird button it's a gift button. Yes. Let's also make a button that we have pressed in. The fun thing about this is that you just switch the drop shadows and make them inner shadows instead. So this is an inner shadow, that's an inner shadow, and voila, a indented button instead. There's a shadow alongside here, and there is a light reflection right over here. I'm gonna play a little bit with that shadow though. Maybe it should just be 4. Yeah, that is one way to indent the button. So see how this looks like an indented version of that first button. So this one is like rounded corners, but I want the entire thing to just go in. Like how the entire button goes in. It doesn't like become rounded once you, like, it doesn't have rounded corners when you press it. So I'm gonna try that. Go in here and do that one and switch it around. 6, and this one is -6 and -6. And I'm gonna lessen that blur. See how the whole thing just went in now? And here it's up, here it's down. I like it. So we have 2 different styles of indenting a button. Let's try making it switch between these 2 states. So when I click this, it should go to here, navigate to there. Let's try Smart Animate and see what happens. Let's look at this. Oh, this is good. I like this. Now that we have those button styles, let's save them as actual styles so we can just easily apply them to stuff as we make our Instagram interface. Okay, so we go back into design mode. Let's go to that circle. Here, where we have effects, we have these drop shadows. And if I click those little dots, it says style and effect styles. And now I can create a new effect style. I'm gonna call this Neumorphism. Ta-da! And this one over here, we're gonna add another style. We're gonna call this indented. I'm gonna add this color as well as a color style. We're gonna call it vanilla. So this is gonna be vanilla. Oh, there it goes. And it's gonna have the effect Neumorphism. Ta-da! And we have made our life so much easier. No, wait, it shouldn't be that one. It should be the indented one. Ta-da! Oh, so easy. Love it. Let's save this one too for good measure. So this is indent number 2, curved indent. So the way I see buttons working on these calculators is you press it, it comes out. So, and since that's my mental model, after I press a button, it should go into a light state, but it should bounce out. And since we're making Instagram, let me exemplify how I want the buttons to behave with likes instead of packages. Okay, I spent way too much time making my own heart icon just because I couldn't find the perfect heart icon that was the kind of heart shape I like. But here it is. I made it myself. Okay, and that heart, when it's pressed, it's filled up with that color, brownie pink color, but it bounces out. So this is so that's the state. So it goes, let me make the unlike state as well so I can go back and forth. Okay, so prototyping. How should this button behave? From there to not to there. This should go to over here but it should not be, wait. While pressing, we're in that state. Mouse up goes to there. This one, no wait. Mouse while pressing, it's that one, but this one goes to there. Click. No, mouse up. Go. Let's try that out. Okay, so let's see if I figure this out correctly. So I'm gonna like something. So I press and it's in. I let go. It goes up. It's liked. I click it again. It's unliked. Click it. It's liked. Click it. Unliked. Feels really good when you do kind of a long click on it. That's the button behavior. Now I just have the rest of the app to do. But since we've saved these effects, maybe it'll go a little quicker.